How's it going out there, folks? I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country. Hope things are going well for you. I'm smiling because you saw the title of the song, Go to Hell. And in the hands of a good lyricist, a lyric like that wouldn't necessarily be something on the nose where one person's just saying to another person, go to hell. There's usually a twist and something like that going on. But Casey Donahew Band song, Go to Hell. It's the third of three gift requests that Jacob Herricks had made for me to react to them. And another, Jacob, you also made another donation to or gift to the channel for another Casey Donahew Band one. So this is number 4. I don't know if the prior one, though, the first one I had done was off the same album. Anyhow, we're going to get into this and see what we're doing. If you didn't see the prior reactions to the Casey Donahew Band, the first one was 2 days ago, was White Trash Story, basically part 1. And then yesterday was White Trash Story part 2, or Deuce. And now we're on to Go to Hell. You could thank Jacob Herricks for this, folks, because he gifted me for this, and we're running with it. Here we go.
I don't want to remember tonight when I wake up tomorrow. I'm tired of walking these lonely streets of heartache and sorrow. They say luck is for losers and winners don't complain. So don't be standing on the tracks, 'cause I'm too drunk to stop this train. Don't you know it's 3 in the morning and I can barely raise my glass. There's a highlight memory of telling my ex to kiss my ass. When I wake up in the morning, well, I'm sure I'll be in jail. And I'll be using my one phone call to remind you to go to hell.
I knew there was going to be a creative twist on Go to Hell. Guy gets one phone call. This is just a life from going bad to worse. But sounds like a nice guy, just misguided. Oh.
I hope I catch you in the street when I'm at the wheel.
Oh no.
There's no way our love was as strong as the hate I feel. They say everything is badly or else it never ends. So when I get through with your sister, I'm gonna sleep with all your friends. Don't you know it's 3 in the morning and I can barely raise my glass. There's a highlight memory of telling my ex to kiss my ass. When I wake up in the morning, well, I'm sure I'll be in jail. And I'll be using my one phone call to remind you to go to hell.
I don't know what she did or if this is all on him. Skinner feel there. Slow it down.
She tried to sell me some crap about freedom, a woman who knows what she's looking for. So I hacked into her Facebook and changed her status to I'm a whore. Don't you know it's 3 in the morning and I can barely raise my glass. There's a highlight memory of telling my ex to kiss my ass. When I wake up in the morning, well, I'm sure I'll be in jail. And I'll be using my one phone call to remind you to go to hell. Yeah, I'll be using my one phone call to remind you to go to hell.
That ending just seemed to be so fitting. It didn't even come in. Usually it'll go with drums, and I didn't. But that was such a misguided. It's just going to keep getting worse for him, too, with that mindset, you know. But like hacking into her Facebook and changing her status. It just reminded me of like high school. For a good time, somebody would write that for a good time, and then you put the person's number, call this phone number or whatever. And it's just so childish. But this was just mean. But it just sounds like he's kind of used to being on the wrong side of things, and he just got comfortable with it because he's like, by 3 a.m. I'll be in jail, and he's used to it. I guess when he gets picked up, he doesn't even fight. He's like, all right, take me down there, officer. I know I'm going. It's one of these things where I thought, based on White Trash Part 2 or White Trash Story Part 2, I thought, because in there it referenced this trailer park is going to hell, and I thought this was going to be a takeoff on him leaving, because I thought at the end of that song that there was a pickup coming back to hook up to the trailer hitch on the trailer so it could leave. And I thought this was going to be like, now the trailer park's really going to hell now that I'm leaving, or some variation of that. But this was a true White Trash story. And what else do you say? I mean, that's the theme. I don't know if that's the theme of the whole album, or if it's on a different album than White Trash Story. I don't do research. I do reactions. I don't want to know much at all. I want to try to figure stuff out and experience things for the first time with no other ideas in my head. And in this case, I had White Trash Story Part 1 and 2 in my head. And this seemed to be a follow-up on the very same theme. So, folks, you can thank Jacob Herricks for this. And if you're not going to thank him, just be nice. And to me too. I mean, we're adults. We can handle certain themes here, especially if they're funny. And as sometimes you can laugh at how pathetic we make our own lives. Because when you're in a situation and you're making it worse, you can't necessarily see that that's what you're doing, even though people on the outside see what a train wreck you are, or that you're making of your own situation and others. And it's like, you know how like people will be like, dude, will you just stop? Because try to get through to you, like, please just stop. And or girl, just stop, you're going overboard. But sometimes emotions just take over. It's what we the people do on occasion. So, all right, what am I going to rate this one, Jacob? Boy, man, you're putting it to me sometimes, because this is very different stuff, and I like different, but I don't have necessarily a basis of comparison. So, and I wonder what was left on the cutting room floor. Always in songs, I wonder, even in beautiful, sweet songs. Some songs, it's like there were so many different ways you could have gone, so many different vignettes you could have included, but you didn't. And so in songs like this, it's like for every one thing that shows up in it, there's 5 or 10 that got left out. So the instrumentation was really good in this. And I'd still like to see a backing vocalist, or even a duet. I mean, they could have been going back and forth like "You're the Reason Our Kids Are Ugly" type of deal. The number that popped into my head was an 8.7. So that's what I'm going with. This guy just making his life worse. But they depicted that really, really well. Like, he wasn't even going to call a lawyer as his only phone call, or somebody to throw his bail. He was just going to call her and tell her to go to hell. And maybe it's worth it to him. Maybe. But there you go. All right, folks. Once again, Jacob Herricks. Thank you, my friend. And we'll see how the comment section goes. Have a great day. I think it'll go better than maybe expected. I don't know. But have a great day, folks. I'll see you in another video. Keep rocking the country, red dirt, and whatever. Try to make life better.